A very good morning to one and all present here. First of all, I request all the non-speakers to keep their mic on mute. Let the speaker complete the session and we will have a separate question and answer round at last. So I, Abhishek Sharma, on behalf of Chaudhary Charan Singh National Institute of Agriculture Marketing, Jaipur, welcomes you all to the Kisan Mitra webinar series on agriculture technology for marketing, organized by CCS National Institute of Agriculture Marketing in partnership with Office of Principal Scientific Advisor, Government of India. CCS National Institute of Agriculture Marketing Jaipur is an autonomous organization established under Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of India, to cater various agriculture related aspects such as training, research, consultancy, education in agriculture marketing. CCS NIAM is also recognized globally as a center of excellence in Southeast Asia. Kisan Mitra Friends of Farmers is an initiative by Principal Scientific Advisor Office in partnership with Chaudhary Charan Singh National Institute of Agriculture Marketing, Jaipur. The objective of this initiative is to bring technologies to farmers and reverse migrants who have moved rural due to impact of COVID-19. Under this initiative, more than 1,000 technologies have been identified, which are supported by ICR institutions, NABARD, Ministry of Rural Development, ISRO, and Gates Foundation. On the supply side of the technology, there are innovators, entrepreneurs, researchers in academic and research institutions talking about their technology, and webinar participants being on the demand side, who are typically agribusiness enthusiasts, government functionaries, agribusiness companies, and other agribusiness stakeholders who are keen in agri technologies. Moving further, I would like to introduce our today's speaker, Mr. Sharad Garodia from Happy Cow Dairy Company Private Limited, Mumbai. Saraj is the founder and managing director of Happy Cow Dairy Company Private Limited. Sarad has done his post-graduation in business management and has 35 years of professional experience, out of which 25 years he has been handling dairy. Sarad worked with Scriber Dynamics Dairies for 16 years as commercial head, managing milk procurement, purchase and branding retail sales. He has also worked with Britannia Industries as dairy business head for 2 years in 2016 and 17. In last 2 years, he has been founded and promoted Happy Cow Dairy Company Private Limited as his own company. Now I would like to invite Mr. Sharad to take a session on digital technology for happy cows and happy farmers. Over to you, Sharad. You can share your screen and you can start your session.
Thank you so much, Abhishek, and thank you, CSS NIAM, for organizing this session. Wonderful thing. And good morning to everyone, every participant who have joined the session and who will be joining the session. I start my session. Yeah, good morning. I start the session with the presentation. And as Abhishek has already mentioned, I run through the presentation, and if you have any question, queries, you can jot it down, and before end of the session, I will try to answer your queries as much possible. Thank you. Hope my screen is visible and clear to everyone.
Your screen is visible, sir. You can start the session.
Okay. So the topic for the discussion today, presentation today, is use of digital technology in the dairy industry, particularly for aggregation of milk. So the idea behind setting up our organization, Happy Cow, was that in the challenging environment of Indian dairy industry, where there is the farmers are widely spread out, the holding of animals is very small, 2 cows. The yield of animal is very low. Aggregation of milk becomes most important. In any industry, one can set up a factory, go and sell the product also. But in our dairy industry, the biggest challenge always remains that how we can procure milk from widely scattered farmers. To address those challenges with the available resources and with some development, we said that, okay, let's use the technology to address this biggest problem of the industry. Quickly, before I start how and what we did, I take you through the basic information about the dairy industry. Some of us are from dairy, some of may not be from dairy industry. So, and these numbers also give an idea about the opportunity available in dairy industry. So, world dairy market is around $500 billion. 1 billion is 7,500 crore rupees. So you can imagine itna bada business hai hamara. I will be talking in Hindi and English as it comes. And daily production of milk is 2.5 billion liter. 1 billion is another 100 crore liter of milk. So the world is growing around 1.5% per annum, the production part of it. And India is producing around 45 crore liter of milk every day. And which is just a moment, so which is worth $80 billion per annum. And in the world, the largest dairy companies are Nestle, Lactalis, Danone. If you see, all of them are already in India and doing some other business and have invested in the country. Average hut size in the world is around 200 animals. Average production is 6,000 liter per lactation period. Don't go with the numbers as it is. Numbers are little fluctuating all the time. So, but this can give you a brief idea how the world is doing. Highest production of milk per animal in a lactation period goes up to 11,000 liter in Israel. Per capita consumption, which we sometimes think that whether Western countries consume milk or not, they consume a lot of milk, much more than what Indian consumes. So 750 gram plus per person. And yes, genetics, feeding practices, herd management, etc. decides the milk of yield of the milk. Now we talk about the scenario in our country. So as I already said, we produce around 45 crore liter of milk a day for 135 crore of population. We have this produce is equivalent of around 6 lakh crore rupees per annum, so 80 billion US dollar. The opportunity, why I have been in industry and what I keep preaching, that is a huge opportunity to remain in industry and to get into this industry, because out of this entire milk which this country is producing, not more than 25% is going for value added products or for processing, where in the developed countries almost 90% or more than that of milk gets processed for further consumption. So it's a huge amount of milk still not being processed, or it's in the hands of unorganized sector. As per the estimates, we have 30 crore, 300 million number of animals who can produce milk, whether cow or buffaloes. Yes, we produce on an average 1,000 liter of milk per lactation period per animal, as compared to the world average, which is around 6,000 liter. This number shows another opportunity. We have animals which can produce a lot of milk, but they are producing less, and there are obvious reasons behind it. Yes, as mentioned, that is low yield. Major reasons are genetics of the animals, low volume of feed, quality of fodder, poor farm management practices, and the price of milk also matters. Continuing the scenario, so on an average, Indian farmer holds 2 animals, where in the world the average is around 200. This number itself decides the cost of production of milk. And then if you have to process milk for any dairy setup, a small plant also, average size of will need 500,000 liter of milk or 1,000,000 liter of milk. And for that, you need to have connect with 100,000 farmers. 1 lakh farmer 10 लीटर रोज का दे रहे होंगे तो कोई जाके 10 लाख लीटर बनेगा, या 10,000 फार्मर दे रहे होंगे 10 लीटर तो भी 1 लाख लीटर बनेगा. So you need to connect large number of farmers to aggregate milk, which can be brought to the factory and further processed. That's the one biggest and major difficult task we always face currently also. So, and the quality, now you have large number of farmers, large number of farms, variety of animals, and the practices are not so good. So you will have challenges of quality of milk, timing of milk collection, and quality getting deteriorated, logistics challenges, cold chains not there. These challenges results in quality. And then the middleman, being small number of holding a large number of farmer, then it gives opportunity for middlemen to come in, and then they all get into all kind of malpractices, which becomes hurdle for the growth of industry, hurdle for the growth of farmers also. Yeah. So need of the dairies. So while people want to put up the plant, many of the large corporate houses also in India, in past and in present, they think of putting up dairy plant, processing plant, because opportunity is huge. But at the same time, because of availability of milk, challenge in aggregation of milk, they are not able to come forward. And the farmers remain restricted because the realization of milk is poor. You may be knowing presently because of current COVID situation, demands are poor, the milk price is low. The state where I am presently there, the milk price has come down as low as 19 rupees a liter. Now, the cost of producing milk also doesn't justify this kind of price. And that's why the erratic price behavior happens during the year. In general, yes, we are producing more milk every year, 4% plus, where the processing of milk is growing at more than 30%. So more and more milk is moving from unorganized sector or raw milk sector to the processing sector. So I've just summarized here the major challenges in procurement. So small volume of milk supplied by per farmer. So in Maharashtra, we see 10 to 20 liter averages out. And at every center where the milk is getting collected, the large number of farmers are coming. So you have to manage those number of farmers also. And as a large number of farmers, large number of cattle, so the quality of milk also is varying with every delivery. And it is very difficult to convey when the interest of farmer is limited, that the awareness is limited on the good milking and hygiene practices, quality definitely gets impacted. And this gives a chance for local agent and traders to come in between and play. Quality checks being conducted by many of these local milk collection agents and small time organizations are not so right, resulting in all kind of malpractices, so they can get milk at a lower price. This keeps happening, and delay in payment is again very common in industry. Farmers are many a times remain on the mercy of milk collection agents who delay the payment, pay the low price. And yes, most of the cases, except the large dairy organizations and cooperative sectors, the support of extension services is hardly there, neither of any veterinary support to these farmers. Cattle feed supply, which is very important aspect of dairy business. Cattle depends on it, farmer depend on it for the better yield of milk from their animal. But these local agents will never supply cattle feed or support that kind of venture. And yes, no transparent pricing, accounting, and yes, it happens default of payment also. So what is the need? The need is farmer wants a reliable buyer, right price, and a continuous growth for their milk collection business. Dairy wants a reliable supplier who can supply large volume of milk, a supplier of their own setup, right quality and consistent availability. With that idea, we said that it can be through buying milk directly from farmers. So we don't involve a local agent in buying milk, pay the right price to them, use a lot of guidance to them, support extension services, and use technology for real-time centralized monitoring of milk collection, how it happens, where it is happening, what quality of milk is coming, and how instant feedback to the farmer can be given and how they can be paid on a digital method. So they are also assured that things are happening in the right way. With that thought, we proceeded in setting up Happy Cow Dairy, and then we made a plan. What did we plan? So we said that at every village level, we set up milk collection centers owned and operated by the company, which are fitted with 2000 liter milk tanks, supplied with power, and for proper monitoring, digital cameras, and all the software online in remote. Now you have good network in remote places also. So set up the remote connectivity through mobile, have a cloud-based software. So every liter of milk which is poured in this collection center on a real-time basis is captured and being informed to the company, so they are able to monitor and follow up. provide extension services to the farmer, so they remain interested with the company in supplying milk on a regular basis. And then this milk can be sold to the dairy company or one can process it. Our idea was in the beginning, in 3 years' time, to have 67% of utilization of capacity to make it viable. I will run quickly through the process which we followed. So he said that built employee partners team to develop farmer network for collection setup. We shortlisted the technology and the equipment. We did a central office setup in Pune and Mumbai. Pune rural because where the milk collection happens. Pune, we are primarily in Pune and Ahmednagar because Pune and Ahmednagar is the major district in Maharashtra which produces cow milk. Operate in Ahmednagar, Solapur and Satara district. Again, these are the districts where cow milk is produced. Identify the potential villages for setting up milk collection center, establish milk collection centers. These centers are of 2-liter capacity, 2000 liter capacity. Each center is with an investment of around 1 million rupees, 10 lakh rupees per center, which involves the milk cooling tanks, power generators, digital equipments to access the data, and then milk tasting units, weighing scales, steel containers. Yeah. So these centers are run by company employee or the local agent. The local agent is paid a fixed amount as well as a commission. So he is a dedicated worker for the company for that center. The milk suppliers, farmers are member of the company. They get registered with the company with proper record and KYC. Milk is taken only from the member farmers who supply milk to us. We don't invest in land and building. We hire the building which is already there. We don't ask to the building to be made as per our requirement. So there is no investment in real estate. As I said, electricity is through DG Power, which is very important because electricity is very erratic in rural. Sometimes you have, sometimes you don't. And to keep the milk quality intact and the milk in good chilled condition, availability of electricity throughout the day to the chilling tank is most important. So every center is equipped with the DG Power. Centers are equipped with camera. Yes, not all center we try to put it at every center, but at some of the centers, the local guys removed it. Anyway. Yes, so we track all our data. I'll show you in subsequent slides how practically we are able to real-time track the data. Real-time tracking of data means that, okay, today now at 11:20 a.m., if someone has poured milk at our center at a particular village, instantly the data is captured, updated on the cloud-based server, and whoever has got access to the server can see that which farmer at what center, at what quality of milk, at what price, and of what amount has delivered. And our farmer gets instant confirmation of the milk which they have delivered. So the quality of milk, quantity of milk, value of milk. So there is no ambiguity that how much price or value of the milk which they have delivered, they will get it. This we did from the now today many of organizations. This we started 2.5 years back. Now many of the organizations are following this. Some do it at a few of the centers, some at all centers. We as an organization from day one, 100% of the centers are equipped with this technology. Transportation is arranged by buyer transport. Milk quality is tested as per FSI norms. Milk is collected twice a day, which is very important factor. Otherwise, yes, normal animal has to be milked twice a day, but farmers tend to collect milk in the evening and deliver next day. But we insist and incentivize farmers accordingly so they can come and deliver milk at our center. Farmers are done every 10 days on a fixed date. Without any default till now in last 2.5 years. Yes, most of the centers are within 5 kilometer radius of the villages, so the farmer don't need to travel more than 5 kilometer. 5 kilometer is also too high. Average, I will say, would not be more than 2 kilometer of travel for any farmer to our centers. So they can easily travel on a, even woman farmer can come and they do deliver milk at our centers. Price is, yes, of course, paid on the basis of composition of milk, which is on fat and SNF basis and the market conditions. And then we run loyalty program bonus for farmers. So, for example, those who have supplied milk for 365 days, they get Diwali bonus. If those who have been increasing their volume day by day, they get their incentives on quality, protein, antibiotics, different incentive schemes are running all the time parallelly to encourage farmers to get better price for their right quality of milk and to remain focused also for quality of milk. Milk is children. Yeah, so why our farmers are have remained connected with us? So we say that they don't need to invest anything. They don't need to invest in power, machine, land building. They don't need to be dependent on agents. They don't need to hire external agency for extension services, veterinary care. We provide all that. We help them in assurance of quality. Our team works with them so they can produce right quality of milk. Transparent pricing, as I said in the beginning. So all the data is already there of pricing, which are declared every 10 days in the system, declared on the centers also. So there is no ambiguity to farmer कि कितना पैसा उसको मिलने वाला है for the milk he is pouring. And at the same time, the factory is also assured that yes, the come of the right quality from the center as it is well monitored well in advance. Why we are saying why SCD model? So various models do prevail for milk collection in the industry. There is a comparison. We said that I'm here comparing with the middleman who collect milk versus in our model how the milk is collected. So it's all membership driven, where farmer become member of the organization. Most important factor, the payment is to the farmer directly. So there is no middleman. There is no cash payment. 100% of the payment. Well, when we started, people used to say that कैसे होगा, हमारे पास बैंक अकाउंट नहीं है, हमारे गांव में ये बैंक नहीं है, वो बैंक नहीं है. But till date, no cash payment has been done. We have 1200 plus farmer associated with the company who are paid thrice in a month. And they are all paid digitally. Bank do support, and they are very simple software from the banks. Easy payment. 5,000 plus entries are done in a very simplistic manner because of the help of technology. Extension services, we say that we provide full extension services. Price to farmer is high, quality we take care, and we use latest technology. I'll just in subsequent slides show you the technology and software we use. And yes, we commit to our farmers, we commit to our factories that how much milk we'll be able to deliver. There is no fluctuation, no major fluctuation in the volume of milk collected and supplied. Yeah, so that's our motto: happy cows, happy farmers, sabka saath, sabka vikas. So this was, so far I spoke about the idea and the background behind it. Now finally what we did, we have established 33 number of centers run by us. The first picture, if you see, is one of a typical center. So all our centers are branded. So ये building ऐसी ही थी, हमने इसको brand कर दिया, अपना नाम लगा करके, color करके. So there is no recognition that yes, this is how it operates. And this is a typical meeting which is shown here, that how we, before starting of the center, there is a meeting conducted with the farmers. We encourage women farmers, if they come to our center and pour milk, they are incentivized. The rate paid in this case is higher than the normal rate. So as I said, that there's a completely direct procurement from the farmers. Use of technology is there. 2-time milk collection is there. And we ourselves is a socially responsible, while we are a private organization, but we parallelly work with for the welfare of farmer within rural facilities. Some numbers of the organization, we started on November 21st, 2017. So we are now 2.5 years or almost 3 years old company. In the first year, we could establish 20 centers. Now we are 40 centers, not 33 is our machine, 40 are the centers we are running. 50,000 liters of milk we are collecting per day. Original idea was to supply this milk at home. but now a year back, we have launched our milk products also. So how we do it? I will just show a small animation video about, in brief, the process followed. If in case the video is not audible, there is text running at the bottom, and I will be able to speak in Hindi or what is running on the video. Okay. So तुकाराम के दिन की शुरुआत गायों को दूध के तैयार करता है, स्टील के कंटेनर को सफा करता है और गायों को चारा देता है. आई थिंक इट इज बोलना मुश्किल है. अट्टे पर एक कंटेनर में डाला जाता है, फिर उसके वजन और क्वालिटी की टेस्टिंग होती है. सेंटर का ऑपरेटर तुकाराम के मेंबरशिप कार्ड का नंबर प्रोसेसिंग मशीन में एंटर करता है. प्रोसेसिंग मशीन तुकाराम के अकाउंट में दूध की क्वांटिटी और क्वालिटी की एंट्री करती है. ये सारी काम मशीन ऑटोमेटिक करता है. कोई भी एंट्री ऑपरेटर नहीं करता है. कंप्लीट ट्रांसपेरेंसी रहती है इस काम में. फिर दूध को बल्क मिल्क कूलिंग ठंडा करने के लिए डाल दिया जाता है. तुकाराम को उसी समय टन का 90 में डिलीवर हुआ है. तुकाराम इसी काम को शाम को फिर करता है. ट्रांसपेरेंट वजन, सही क्वालिटी चेक, बेहतर प्राइस, तुरंत एसएमएस से तुकाराम खुशी महसूस करता है. दूध यहां से डेयरी कंपनी रोड मिल्क टैंकर से ले जाती है. रोज शिफ्ट सेल्स सर्वर पर से हो जाता है. इस डेटा के एनालिसिस करके कंपनी फार्मर को दूध का प्रोडक्शन बढ़ाने में मदद करती है. तुकाराम को हैप्पी काउ डेयरी से कई प्रकार की एक्सटेंशन सर्विसेज की सहायता भी मिलती है, जैसे आर्टिफिशियल इंसेमिनेशन, पशु की दवा, इंश्योरेंस, गाय खरीदने के लिए बैंक लोन, कैटल फीड, ट्रेनिंग इत्यादि. हैप्पी काउ डेयरी से जुड़ने से तुकाराम को अपने काउ की संख्या 2 से 20 कर पाया है. उसका परिवार इससे खुश है. फार्मर्स दोनों के इस आमदनी के लिए. Thank you. Maybe my voice was not clear because I was speaking and listening also. Okay. This is our website and a typical center visible to you. So all the centers are different buildings, different shapes, sizes, but all of them are painted and branded. So the Farmers Recognition Association with the company bonding is higher here. In the red t-shirt is one of our farmers. Dr. Mahendra Mehta is our chairman, and it's myself and our farmers. These are some of the farmers. This is our website. I will share the link so you will be able to see it. These are the locations where we have our centers. And look on our products. So we have now to support our farmers with the better prices. We launched cow milk in our brand. We were recognized by Economic Times last year as promising brand. And then we subsequently launched further value-added products. So for better price realization. Now COVID is challenging time, we all know, but agar haar gaye to haar hai, nahi to sabhi jeet hai. So this is dahi which was launched a month back during COVID time. The entire development and everything happened during this 3-4 months of COVID, and it is launched in May month in Pune and Mumbai and doing excellently well. I will run through the website fast, so and you can. So these are whenever we start a center, there is a get together organized. Farmers' participation is there. This is a solar operated milk testing machine we use. This is typical center. Farmers, we sometimes invite local politician to support the inauguration of center, and farmers interest also again. And this is typical tank, milk tank. Many of you must have familiar with it. 2,000 liters stainless steel insulated double jacketed tank. All the centers are well flowed, nicely maintained, and up to 6 feet tiling is done. So the hygiene is maintained. Cleanliness becomes easier. Yeah. All the milk delivery happens with company vehicles, which are branded again, which is very important factor. Again, this kind of meetings are taken with farmers on a continuous basis. We ourselves visit our center on a regular basis and guide our farmers for the technology used and support them. Some of the products on the chillers and the consumers enjoying the product pictures of. This is the when the Economic Times the award. Yeah. Okay. So the most important technology which we are present using for monitoring our milk collection, I will just share with you. So it's a software developed by a company called Lateral Praxis, and we have associated with them. So this software is installed at our central office, and there are POS devices on every center. POS device is similar to what we see as a credit card swiper. And the moment farmers' data entry is captured, this system captures the data. So here you can see milk collection. This is a demo site only. Milk collection day-wise, month-wise quantity, center-wise quantities, and it's all real-time captured. Entire month, the top centers, and then you have a whole lot of data. You can create masters, pricing module, daily collection, ledgers. Entire data is monitored in a very technological fashion, and the payments are done through this module. There are a huge amount of reports one can generate. Supplier-wise bills can be generated. A lot of data which we otherwise don't find it because of scattered community of farmer. This software helps us. So we use this software in each and every center. No milk is accepted without getting its entry on this program. So this is one very most important aspect of our digitization of our milk collection center. We are thankful to this organization. In case any of you want to reach them out, you can reach them out, or in case you need any help from us in the future, we'll be able to connect you with them. We develop this while the development of the software is done by the company. We continuously guide them for basis actual practical requirement in the milk shade. So this is the most important software. And then another one is important is ultimately we are doing business for making some money for everyone involved with it. So this particular software we use, which is called Joho Books, it is an accounting software. You must have heard Tally. It is similar to Tally, but very advanced software. It is again cloud-based. We use this for our accounting, payment, banking, salary, expenses. And it has also, it's completely cloud-based. Cloud-based means you can have access of software from anywhere in the world. My shareholder in US today can see what's going on. Sorry, I'm moving the screen fast because there are real-time data on the screen, which I don't want to leave it. So that's why. But this software is also available. Again, we work with them closely for development. The beauty of the software is it is cloud-based. So anyone who has got access can see it from anywhere in the world in a real-time basis. For example, if I give access to Abhishek right now of the software, he will be knowing that what company is doing today, what kind of outstanding bill collection, payment, expenses, profitability, everything is on the real-time basis. So one just access is required. So this is the best use and beauty of the technology. Yeah. Or while I have spoken a lot about background and use of technology, इनका benefit देखिए आपके सामने है. This is very important. The image, this is real time right now. I am at JioMart store and the product is dahi, moving dahi, which is available at 55 rupees 1 kilo in Mumbai. You order it, they deliver it today or tomorrow. Now, this was possible only because of use of technology from start to end. Getting listed at JioMart like store is not easy, but being a hello.
Yes, sir, you can continue. You're audible.
So starting from milk collection, milk processing, handling the data in scattered environment, rural environment, and current COVID times. We launched the product. The product got listed in JioMart like organization. It is available across self. You order getting delivered at your home next day. So that starting from collection of milk, maintaining the quality of milk, getting the milk delivered to the processing plant, processing of the milk, payment to the farmer, management of total accounting with for the company, and finally the finished product which gets delivered to the store and ultimately on your breakfast table, start to end, and from one office with the use of technology, which primarily not developed by us, as I said in the beginning. All the technology has been brought by associated partner. Our job was to bring them at one platform, guide them, develop for us, and then build a complete structure, a process which can be win-win for the farmer also or for the ultimate consumer also. So that's the end result I wanted to show you. Yeah, quickly. Yeah, thank you from my side. This is my email ID and contact number in case any of you want to reach me out. I think time is also up. Exactly. We have many more slides, but I think that's not necessary to run through.
Thank you, sir. I have shared your mobile number and your email ID with all the participants. And now I request all the participants to unmute and raise their questions one by one, or you can also write your questions in the chat box. So one question came in the chat from the chat box, sir. So how you deal with price fluctuation and satisfying the farmer members, sir?
Very difficult question. During this March, milk price in Maharashtra to farmer was 33 rupees a liter. And today it is 19 rupees. On the lower side, I am saying. It is very difficult to justify the price and satisfy the farmers. Ideally, if we are able to produce value-added products, as I showcased to you, which gives you reasonable return, you can pay them right price. For example, I take farmers are very happy with them. And why they are able to pay a higher price? Because they are in a product category which can demand a better price. So our aim is also same, that we pay a farmer a better price by producing more and more value-added products which can be sold at a reasonable price and a reasonable profit. Otherwise, to satisfy a farmer and what should be the right price is very difficult. So pay a good price, better than the market, support them with extension services, veterinary care, cattle feed supply, timely payment. I think depending on the environment, they are very happy.
So one more question, sir. Not a question. So this is Jagdish Parihar, DDM Nabad, Rewari district of Haryana. We have formed 5 FPOs based on animal husbandry activities. and member of the FPOs are SHGs and JLG women only. Can we join hand together to work for the farmer? Rewari district is leading state of Haryana in milk production. Good initiative, sir. So I think somebody wants to connect you. So I request Devender ji to connect directly to sir. We have already shared the email ID and mobile number.
Sure, sure. Most welcome, sir.
Saraj ji, good morning.
Good morning.
Myself Parvez from Calcutta, West Bengal. Saraj ji, I am also in the same industry and just I have started my dairy farm 6 months back only. Just kindly let me know one thing, because as you may aware, कि when West Bengal there is no any surplus of the milk, but in
Yeah.
this time the Maharashtra.
I can't hear you.
Parvez, you are not audible. Can you please repeat your question or just write your question in the chat box? Sir, before we go ahead with the Parvez question, there is one more question. How to register A2 milk? So, from Ajanta Bhumi.
How to register A2 milk? You have to search on Google and register it. A2 milk is a fancy, and we are not dealing with A2 milk.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I can explain about A2 milk a lot, but I think I restrict here. And
Sir, one more question came. Dairy owners not getting the price of milk in comparison to they expand on quality nutrition. A MSP for milk also seems to be on the platform like cereals.
yes, so in Maharashtra, for example, last year when the milk price went down below 20 rupees, we worked together with farmers and the government of Maharashtra to bring MSP in Maharashtra. So MSP was decided 25 rupees a liter, where government supported with 5 rupees of subsidy because the price of milk commodity was quite low. So 20 rupees was paid by the dairy companies and 5 rupees was given by government. And the farmer used to get 25 rupees of MSP. Similar situation is prevailing now again, and we have already approached government of Maharashtra with the price of dairy commodity. Maharashtra is a surplus producer. Generally, after producing value-added product, lot of milk goes for skim milk powder production, where demand is not there and price is low. So state to state, MSP keeps happening. And Maharashtra has supported to the farmers.
So one more question from Vipin. We are in the process to start a startup company focused to create a national brand of sugarcane-based products. Should we go with LLP or FPC? We have 32 participants across the country from different states, starting with sugarcane juice, ice cubes. I think
Sorry, I have no expertise
I
on
think
the subject.
there is a
So
question.
I will avoid answering it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, this is, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, this is Dr. Krishnani from ICRCIP Mumbai, Central Institute of Fisheries Education, Mumbai, Warsaw. Yeah, I would like to know like this milk supply, because of COVID-19, now as you have mentioned that the prices have come down like anything. But still, like you see, home delivery, now we are paying 80 rupees per liter. Why this huge difference? Now you see, now you are selling the milk at the cost of only 20 rupees per liter, right?
So your voice is not very clear.
Your voice is breaking, sir.
Okay. 1 second. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
I can hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes,
sir.
we can hear you.
Yes,
You
yes.
need to repeat your question, sir.
Yeah, I am from ICRCIP Mumbai. Okay. Now, because of, as you mentioned that because of COVID-19, the milk prices have come down like anything. But now you see at home, like the home delivery, the milk which we are getting, we are paying 80 rupees per liter. So 40 rupees half liter, right? Half a liter. Now you are selling half a liter milk, your company milk only 22 rupees. I can see that label 22 rupees, right? It's very cheap, very nice quality also. I can understand. Why this huge difference? One side we have the huge demand and home delivery people they are giving 80 rupees per liter. The other side now you are saying it's only 45 rupees per liter milk is sold. So I just want to know why this huge difference. If it is delivered at home, we are ready to pay. Even I am ready to pay 50 rupees. Even I am ready to pay 60 rupees. Why I should pay 80 rupees? Right? Yeah.
Yes, sir. So definitely milk is available home delivered at 40 rupees, 50 rupees, 60 rupees. Why not? You have all the brands, large major brands, home delivered. Like presently, we are not in home delivery model, but you have India's largest brand Amul delivered at home at some 45, 50 rupees, or Gokul, or most of the cooperative dairy brands are available at regular price. The 80 rupees price is a milk which comes directly from the farms, well-treated cows, antibiotic free, and then there are consumers who are ready to pay that price. That's why it is there. It's a small category of business, growing but small category. Those who are looking for a assured quality of milk. While I don't say that the milk quality is bad in the rest of the milk which India is consuming, but those consumers who are ready to pay, why someone will not mind charge a very high price. So you can buy happily any other brand's milk which comes in pouch. You have to make sure the source of delivery. So, for example, if you are buying milk from a retail outlet like Big Bazaar, Reliance, D-Mart kind of thing, they get their milk delivery directly from the company. So there is no malpractices, there is no chances of adulteration of the milk during transit. But at the same time, we always have this element of doubt when no local milk vendor is delivering milk. We are not sure. So we go with this bottle or expensive milk, which is difficult to temper, and pouch is easily temperable. So that's the reason. But I think you have to make sure your milk delivery man or the place from where you buy, then paying expensive price.
Yeah. And Mr. Sharad, I just want to know one more thing. Because ours is a research organization and we have been implementing activities related to livestock farming and fisheries in Maharashtra. Because your company is also based in Maharashtra in Ahmednagar and Pune. So I would like to know, because we have been working for livelihood improvement of tribal farmers in Maharashtra. So I would like to know how your company can help us to enhance the livelihood of the tribal farmers in Maharashtra, because we have been working on, we have been doing a lot of extension activities to implement improved technology intervention in livestock farming, in the dairy, poultry, and poultry as well, and also the fisheries. So I would like to know whether your company will be able to provide some services so that together it can be we can enhance the livelihood of the tribal farmers in Maharashtra.
Of course, if I can know that where these places or locations are, we can definitely jointly evaluate the possibility of the work which you are looking for. That's absolutely possible. For us, anything to do with the dairy, we will be interested, and the dairy can definitely, it's a backbone of farmers. Today you have rains, tomorrow you don't have. But dairy will save them the day because it is everyday milking, every day.
Yes, you are right.
And every 10, 15 days you have money in hand. So for sure. As I said, we are focused towards Pune and Ahmednagar. But if you, in subsequent call or communication, you let us know the area which you are looking for, we can evaluate.
Because we have the project in Nasik and Nandurbar and also in Palghar district. These three places. Palghar district, Nandurbar and Nasik.
Okay. We do some work in Nasik for sure, but not in Nandurbar and Palghar.
Okay, I'll keep in touch with you. I have got your mobile.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sir, we will take 2 to 3 questions more. So another question is, what is the use of surplus milk?
So no milk is drained. Every liter of milk goes for producing some or the other product. Now there are products which can be consumed today, which is like pasteurized milk or dahi kind of fresh product, and there are products which need to be processed and can be stored. So the major product which surplus milk goes is for manufacturing skimmed milk powder, and then the balance of it in fat in form of butter. Skim milk powder can have shelf life as long as 24 months. So his butter can have a shelf life of 12 months or beyond that in frozen condition. So most of the dairies in current times, when the demand is more than 30% down or consumption is down big way, the milk is going for manufacturing skim milk powder and butter.
So, one more question, sir. Are you fixing the price based on fat content? If so, are you getting the required quantity of milk?
In Maharashtra and in the milk shade where we work, the milk price is not based on the fat content the way it works in northern India or in Gujarat. It is primarily per liter of cow milk or buffalo milk with a specific fat and SNF composition. And then from that rate, for the every point difference surplus or less of composition, you have to arrive at a rate. For example, if we take 25 rupees a liter of milk for fat and SNF 3.5, 8.5, that's the standard from government. So 3.5 का fat और 8.5 का SNF के लिए 25 रुपए की rate है. So everyone is paying 25 rupees. And then if it is 3.4, so you have preset norms. Every point less one of fat, you deduct 30 paise. So 300 rupees a kg of fat. Or for every point surplus, you pay 30 paise. Similarly for SNF also, if it is less than 8.5, you pay 20 paise less. More than 8.5, you pay 20 paise more. So it is primarily on the standard fat and SNF composition per liter.
So, I think you solved the query. So, one more question, sir. What are the various schemes of central government for promotion of green food or cultivation from UK Shah, DDM, Ramgarh?
I am not sure about it. What are the schemes for green fodder cultivation? There must be a lot of schemes keeps coming from central government to support farmers, particularly dairy farmers. Recently also announced, but specific to this, I am not sure.
So one question is whether milk unions are providing some extra benefits to farmers. If provided, in which mode and whether any influence on price setting by the state government?
So yes, one most important factor with the milk union in past has been that their pricings don't fluctuate the way it happens in case of private companies. They are more firm. Most of their milk goes in processing milk in processed milk, pasteurized milk. So they derive a better price. They have been paying better price also to farmers. The other benefit which they give is Diwali bonus because they are cooperatives. The profit is not retained by the company or the union, but it is passed on to the farmer. So they declare handsome bonuses from the profit they make. That's a very important criteria for a farmer to remain associated with the cooperative sector. And then, of course, extension services are always part and parcel of it.
So one more question, sir. How you are maintaining, the last question I will put, how you are maintaining the animal records at farmer field to track all the productive and reproductive parameters?
We don't maintain in our books any record of the animal. What we do is our team of veterinarian or extension services, they visit farmers for support to the farmer for good milking practices, cattle feed supplies, or veterinary care support. We don't treat animals, but we provide support of doctors. So directly, we don't maintain any census or record of animals. Except if some animal is sick and we are facing challenge at a particular center, then the particular veterinary service provider or extension officer for that center will manage for a specific period that record, but not otherwise.
So if any other questions, you can directly connect to Mr. Sharad. Already the email IDs and mobile number is already provided to you. So at last, I would conclude the session. So thank you very much, sir, for providing the great presentations. So there are major challenges in procurement of milk, like small volume of milk supply, quality of milk, lack of awareness, lack of quality milking practices, dependence of local agents, improper quality checks, no supply of cattle food, etc. And the solution provided by Happy Cow Dairy Company Private Limited, the processes they are following in establishing a milking center near to farmers, providing membership to farmers, putting CCTV camera for monitoring, real-time tracking of collection of milk, quality testing, transparent weighing, and instant SMS to farmers about their volume of milk and value of milk every time. So with these processes, all the farmers are really got benefited. And at the end, I would also say that use of modern technology and online processes would help dairy farmers who are widely scattered in the rural areas in procurement, delivery, testing of milk, payment settlement, etc. Digitalization gives milk collection centers several benefits in the form of cost saving, transparency, reliability across farmers and dairy plants. And as a technology aggregator, like as Happy Cow Dairy Company Private Limited, as an technology aggregator, and so they are doing a tremendous job. And I would also say one more thing here. I will also adding up one more thing that our startup incubation program is also been facilitated by Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare, and there are immense scope in this startup for people who are doing startups in dairy in opening dairies. So they should also go for digitalization and following the processes. So thank you very much, sir. Your presentation provided us with deep insights. Many thanks for sharing your invaluable experience in agriculture technology. Participants really got benefited from your talk. And I would like to thank everyone for sparing their valuable time with us. Thank you very much. Our next presentation will be on Tuesday, 28th of July 2020. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you, CSS team. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Have a great time. Stay safe.